Hey, it's Renassaince, and welcome back to another episode of 40 Days to Looking Younger. Now, you know what to do. Go ahead and like and subscribe and press that notification bell so you can see me when I'm coming. Oh, here she come. Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. All right, that was enough time. Great. Wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, so let's get into it. Today, we're talking about friends. And I know in a couple of episodes, I kind of touched on it, like the people that you hang around will reflect how you treat yourself. But I truly believe that your friends are a reflection of who you are and how you present yourself to the world. So I wanted to just talk about friendships and those type of relationships. Now, I know we have all different types. We have, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, parent, children, siblings. But I just want to focus on friendships because I truly believe that friends are very, very vital in your life to achieve all of your goals, and even the ones of you just being healthy and feeling good and looking good as well. There was a song like when I was growing up back in the day. It was such a weird song. It's so many weird songs when I was growing up, but I mean, they really left an impact on my life, obviously, because I'm like a living jukebox. But it was a song called Friends. How many of us have them? Friends, once you can depend on. Let's be friends. How many of us have them? Anyway, I can go on and on. But when I was young, we used to just sing that song, with our friends and just making sure our friends are who they say they are to us. And, we were kids. What were we doing? We weren't causing any harm to each other. Not really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe, being in elementary and middle school, especially high school, friend stuff and rumors and things can get around and can make you feel bad. Let's honor those feelings like when you're a young person. But being a friend with someone when you're even older, when you're grown up, really affect the trajectory of your life and which way that you're going. Are you moving forward with these people that you're connected with, or are you staying in the same place, or are you going back? Are you going back to the old ways, your old habits, the things that you want to get away from, but because you have these people in your life, they keep taking you back to home base, right? I was listening to an amazing speaker the other day, and I think I quoted him on another episode, Dr. Del Toro. He's a great speaker, awesome man of God, and he gave this amazing speech on YouTube. You guys can check it out. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in to the description. But he was talking about how you need to shift your posse so that you can be successful, right? Because either the people that you're with are going to bring you up or they're going to pull you down. Do you have any health goals, right? Are your health goals to lose weight? If your health goals are to lose weight, lose 10, 20, 50 pounds, but then you're constantly going out with someone who cooks or eats, or who wants to go to a restaurant all the time, wants to go get soul food, fast food, wants to just have these bad eating habits and wants you to join them, then, that person is weighing you down because you're trying to go to a new level with your health, right? So even in your looks, right? Even in your looks, maybe, you want to change your look and you might be looking on Facebook or Instagram or, wherever. And you're like, oh, you know what? I might try that, that new skincare or I might try that new lipstick or makeup or that, and they might be like, why do you need to do all that? You don't need to do that. You look good natural. You don't have to do all that. Why spend all that money on that? And it's like, wow, that's really bringing you down. Or you just agree with them and say, yeah, you're right. I don't really need to spend the money on that, when it could help you. It could help your skin look younger and make you glow and just make you feel good. But because someone who is close to you, someone who is in your inner circle is like, you don't really need that, then that's not good advice, right? And then check how they look, okay? How do they look? Is their skin amazing? Is their hair amazing? Are they taking care of themselves? Are they taking care of their body? Are you inspired by them? Is that who you want to look like? If it's not, then you certainly shouldn't be taking that kind of advice, it's concerning your finances. Is this person adding value to your finances? How's your bank account look? Did your bank account grow in the last 5, 10 years with this person being in a relationship with this person? Maybe it has, maybe a little. Maybe you could have made even more had that person not been in your life, because maybe they're happy with their situation, their job, and just, doing what it is that they do without really getting more education or more skills. And they talk you into, what's the point in doing all that? Because, why? Do you want to just spend more money, or you want to just have to study for what? You're wasting time, wasting time for what though? It's like, what else am I going to be doing? Just sitting around watching TV and eating bonbons? I don't know. birds of a feather flock together. I know everybody has heard that, right? So you have to be careful of the people that you spend your time with, spend your energy with, spend your money with, because you will be just like the people that you spend the most time with. You really will. So you have to find the tribe, or you have to find the person, the bestie, you know, that will enhance your life, will add value to your life, and you do the same. Are you adding value, and are they adding value to you, or are you just taking up space? Like every time you guys hang out or every time you talk, are you talking about the same thing you always talk about? Or are you talking about stuff from, you know, that doesn't even matter? You know, are you talking about, you know, relationships that have nothing to do with who you are and how you're growing and the person that you're growing into? Why are we having this conversation? How is it benefiting me? How is it benefiting you? How can I help you? How can I serve you? And it's okay. You know, I think friends go through different seasons, right? You may have a friend that is always giving. And then, you know, they may be in a season where they need to receive, you know, because, you know, things didn't work out for them. Maybe relationships or their business didn't work out or something like that. Business is down and they can't give now, you know, and that's okay. So maybe it's time for you to give. Maybe it's time for you to give to them because they've always given to you, and vice versa. But if it's always been the person that you're friends with, they're always taking, they're never giving. There's never any reciprocal time. There's never a flip of the giving and the taking season. Then why are we here? You know? And you have to check in with yourself, because sometimes people have people around them so that they can feel needed, so they can feel wanted. And then after a while, you kind of get drained from that. And you blame other people, but you have to check in with yourself. Dr. Della Toro was saying that leeches add no value, right? There's just people, I talked about it in the episode the other time, that there's just people sometimes that get on your bus and don't want to get off your bus, right? You driving your bus, you know, of life. And people get on and people get off, but sometimes people get on that bus and they get in the back and they fall asleep and they just want to be driven around. They don't have no home, they don't have no place to go. They just want to stay on your bus and take from you and take from your space. But hey, eventually we all got to get to our destination. But guess what? We are going to get there to our heavenly next level by ourselves. On this earth, we're able to connect with people and love people and support people and encourage people and inspire people and unite with people. But ultimately, right, we're all heading to glory as our individual spirits, our individual souls. I think that you do have to check in and say, well, wait a minute, what is this person in my life to just drain me? And then move on to the next person that they drain, you know, or do they want to add to my life, right? And he said, if they are not with me, they will kill me. So he was talking about a reference as far as like getting on a motorcycle. And when you're on your motorcycle, you're going fast. But if you put a partner on there, you put somebody on the back, they got to make sure that they're paying attention, they're focused. Because if they're not, they will make you both fall off. They will make you both have an accident and die, you know? So you have to be really careful about who you put as your rider, you know? When they say ride or die, that's literally what they mean. It's like, who is your ride or die? Who is the person that's going to have your back, basically, when you're going through life, your life journey, right? So you have to be hyper intentional when you're on your way to your goals. When you want to look good and you want to look younger, you have to check in and say, you know, oh, well, you know, that person has always been my friend, you know, even though year after year after year, they seem to be gaining weight. They're taking medicine now. They, you know, haven't really moved in their career, you know. So how is that adding value to your life? Because now you're trying to encourage them and keep them, you know, up and focused, but you're steady gaining weight. Why? Because you're still in the circle with them. You're still in the circle with them. Well, do they deserve access to you, right? Or do they deserve as much access as they have? Because you can have friends. It's different levels of friends, you know. Some people might call them associates, you know. Some people, you know, they just say, oh, you know, that's my friend. They put everybody in a friend group, but there's different levels of friends. You know, there's people that you talk to on the phone. There's people that, you know, might stop by your house. There's people that you might invite over, you know, to spend the night. Or, you know, there's people that you invite and share your family with. You open your doors. And so there's different levels of friendship. So are the people in a state that is not healthy, or do they have total access to you and the people that you love? Do they have total access to you? You have to ask that question and say, do they deserve that? Sometimes there's an expiration date on your friendships. Let me tell you, I am one that I feel it. I'm very sensitive in relationships. I'm very sensitive in relationships where I feel like I know when kind of the time has come, but I'm not usually the first person to say, you know, our time has come. Our time is done now. Our season is over. I'm not usually that person, but I already kind of feel it when it's happening, when it's coming, you know. But yeah, there's expiration dates on your friendships. There are. And I heard, you know, there's some people that you can be friends with for a certain season, maybe a season where you guys are working together and you're great friends and you see each other all the time, and but after that season of working together is over, you don't talk anymore. That's it. That was just it. That was a work friend, but then there are people that you might meet that that friendship will carry on, year after year after year. But guess what? Even year after year, you got to check in and say, is that season over where we were there for each other, we were helping each other, and now I'm going in a different direction, while the other friend might be going in a different direction as well. But so it's almost like a conflict trying to maintain the relationship. It's difficult. So that might seem like it's a time to kind of go your separate ways. There's still love, still prayers towards each other, but that doesn't mean that you have to stay friends. It's it's okay to kind of let things just run its course and let it go. It's okay. Because, people go through different seasons in their life. So the Bible says, they that wait on the Lord shall renew thy strength. They should mount up on wings like eagles. They should walk and not grow weary. They should run and not faint. So to me, that is saying that we're meant to fly like eagles. You know how eagles fly? They soar. They are beautiful, beautiful creatures that fly in the air, and their wings spread out so wide. It's so beautiful. But just think if they were weighed down by a weight or a boulder or a rock, how high could they actually get? So sometimes that's what happens to us, is that we're eagles wanting to fly and wanting to soar, but there's this weight that's hanging down on your feet, holding you down to the ground, or holding you even lower. So you have to not let people into your life that's going to just weigh you down. Now, there are people in your life that might give you some logical thinking. Right? They might give you some logical thinking. They may, tell you to, okay, let's look at it this way, because, that way sounds wonderful and that's the best case scenario. But then let's also look at it this way. And that's totally fine, because you want people around you in your circle that give you different input. You don't want everybody thinking this exactly the same way as you, right? You want people that will add to the way that, you think about how your life is set up, right? So if you have somebody that is logical and you're more so on the creative side, that's a benefit, that's a value. But then if you have somebody that's always pessimistic and saying, no, that can't happen. No, let's be realistic, then that sometimes can be a weight. That sometimes can be a heavy burden that will draw you down, when you're really ready to take off and fly in your life, So Dr. Della Torre said, just go in right now and delete 5 people in your phone that are weighing you down. And I was like, wow. I have hundreds of people in my phone. Most of them I don't even know anymore. I was thinking, why don't I just delete the people that I don't even know anymore? We haven't spoken in years, So maybe I can start by doing that. Is just clearing out the clutter. That's what it is. The people are people. They're great. They're wonderful, but they are not in this phase of my life anymore. So why am I still holding on to that, right? And I think that's what he was saying as well, is that we tend to hold on to people, to relationships, because we're afraid to let go and not have anybody and to be alone. But in actuality, you're making space for even better people that will help you to move forward in your journey. Not that they're better people, but people that will help you better in your journey as you move forward in your life, in your future. Don't be afraid to just, when time has expired in this relationship, sometimes it could be a little sad. It could be, a little hurtful, even, especially the way that some relationships might end. It doesn't feel very good. But know that it's for a reason, and it's all going to work out for your good. And look forward to who will come into your life and will add value to you. You literally get to choose who you want in your life. And, your friends are the family that you get to choose. In my life right now, these are some of the points that I thought about, right? Because I was still holding on to, a lot of friends. And even in my business, it's not, it's not like, well, now that I'm an actor, I can't hang with people that's not an actor anymore. No, even in my acting career, there's people in my acting community that, there are phases that we go through that I'm like, well, I'm not there. I'm not there anymore. And I'm good with that. So let me, go on along with my journey and let you go along with your journey. Like, for instance, me, I'm pretty famous and popular on YouTube, and a lot of people know me on YouTube. So what's important to me is like to keep my social media going. And, and if there's somebody in my life that's not helping me in that way, and that's really what I need, because, people might look at my social media and think, wow, you're doing really good. I am learning every single day. I am learning. I have not got it completely down yet, but I am learning, and I'm glad that people appreciate the stuff that I'm putting out, but I'm learning, and I want people to be in my life that will teach me more and more. Now, if I am learning and I'm growing and I'm trying to learn things, and then there's someone in my life that's like, well, I don't even know how to post. How do you add music? And I'm like, okay, I don't mind helping you to an extent. But then, if you're getting frustrated and, I got to call you, and now you're taking me away from my progress, right? You're taking me away from my progress, because I can see if, okay, let me teach you this, and, let's move forward. Let's keep going. Let's go along this path of growing and understanding. But now you're frustrated. And now not only do I have to help you with the technical part, now I have to help you with the emotional part, So that really that's something that I have to think about. It's like, okay, now I have to put people in my inner circle that kind of know what they're doing with the social media. And honestly, it's young people. And I don't have any bias against, older people. And there's a lot of older people that's rocking, social media. But for me, I've always seen, a lot of young people that know what they're doing with social media, right? They know how to post. They know how to add all the reels and the music. And they know how to add the filters. And, they know how to do those things. And, that helps me, right? And you guys say, I look so good. I got a call from one of my friends after I posted a video today. And she said, well, you look so good. And I said, well, girl, I know what filters to use, And she said, well, what filter is it? And I told her, I was like, hey, I told her what filter it was. I don't mind sharing the information at all, but I learned that from one of my younger friends, right? Which is a benefit for me. It's to hang around people who are younger, who are trendy, who are, who are sexy, who are, who want to look good, who know how to pose, who know how to take a picture of you. That's another thing. I need somebody around me that's ready to take pictures. When I'm out all the time, there's people that recognize me all the time. And if I'm with a friend, I expect that friend to be like, oh, let me take a picture for you. I got it. I got your picture. But if you're kind of just standing there, just looking, and maybe even a little jealous, that's not the kind of friend that I need in my circle. I need somebody that's in my season, right? Because maybe it's not their season, to have all the shine, to have all the attention, but I want them to be there for me, just like I will be there for them when it's their time to shine, when they're getting all the attention, right? So that's what really I'm looking for as a friend in my circle right now. So it changes, because that's not what it was 5 years ago. That's not what it was 2 years ago. But now I know what it is that I need, what it is that I'm focused on. It's getting more exposure out there in the social media world. I need friends around me that are going to give me health tips, right? It's going to tell me, what I can do for my skin, and how do I make my hair smell good, and, and what do I do for my nails? Where do I go to get my eyebrows and my lashes, and, and what do I do to keep my eyes shining bright? I had a friend that gave me these eye drops the other day. My bestie, she gave me my eye drops because I was talking about it the other day and how important that is to me. And she said, I got your eye drops for you. That's the kind of friendships. Those are the kind of people that I need, because they're looking out for my best interests, right? They're looking out for me. And maybe they're not into that. They're maybe into being natural, and, they're like, well, what do you need to do your lashes for what? That's not the kind of friendship I need right now in my inner circle, right? That's not the kind of friendship I need. Are people that's going to be like, wow, I like your lashes, or, oh, I know I have a girl that really does them well, and she got a good price, and things like those are the kind of people that I need, in my inner circle for. I need people that's giving me money tips. Okay, how do you build your empire? How do you build on this fame that you got going on? Okay, so I got a mentor / friend, Miko Sherry, shout out to her, that always gives me tips, and she's like, yeah, you can go to this website, and start this business and start selling these products, and get on YouTube a little bit more, and so that you can get more exposure. I love the productive talks that we have, and that is adding value to my life. And so I want to give to her whatever it is that I can give to her, whether it's a review, or, just shouting her out, on my videos so that she can get exposure. That's the kind of relationship that I'm looking for, in my inner circle. Spiritual growth. I have friends that, they're calling and they're texting and saying, hey, you guys want to read through this Bible study, next month? And I'm like, yes, I'm always wanting to grow my spiritual life. So those are the people that I need to be in my circle, not the ones that's just like, well, I don't do church, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, that's the thing. It's okay to have diverse friends. You don't have to have all church friends, and no friends that don't go to church. No, the thing is that I don't mind having diverse friends, but how are we adding value to each other? If it's not spiritual growth, how are we adding value to each other? That's the question to ask, And then I just love people around me, that know my love language, that just want to bless me, because that's the kind of person that I am. I love to get to know my friends, to understand them, understand their love language. And when they pour into me, oh man, I just want to love them so much more, because I feel like, that's what we have is love. And it's just going back and forth. So when I know that somebody really cares about me, and listen, I got a friend, because right now we getting ready to go to see Beyonce. My friend was like, hey, did you get your tickets yet? I said, no, I've been waiting. She said, let's get these tickets, because she knows how important that is to me. Now, I don't know how much of a fan she is. I'm sure she loves Beyonce like everybody else, but she ain't a more of a fan than I am. But she knows how important it is to me to go, right? So that's the thing. It's like put people in your life that are excited about making you happy and making your dreams come true and making you look good. Making you look good all around, making you look good professionally, making you look good spiritually on the inside, and making you look good on the outside, okay? I knew that I was in the right circle. I'm in the right place when I start seeing people that are beautiful people, right? I mean, gorgeous people. Now, I will say sometimes good-looking people can be ugly on the inside. I've learned that the hard way, right? But then there are people that I have met recently in my life that they are so wonderful on the inside, so beautiful, and then on the outside it shows as well. So those are the kind of people that I'm getting in my circle. Why? Because that's who I am becoming. That's who I'm transforming into. A beautiful, pure-hearted, loving person on the inside, and then shining on the outside as well. So those are the kind of people that I am attracting. And that's what the goal is, right? The goal is to attract people that are like you, that are healthy, that are beautiful, and that want you to be your best. I used to tell my kids every day when they left for school to choose wisely. So I just want you to choose wisely when you're looking for your friends, when you're looking to make that family, that you get to choose. All right? Okay? All right. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you. Bye.